Hi everyone, welcome to Sam's paint area. And I promised you guys a video of how I mix my paint. This is the white. I'm hoping this video is going to be helpful, but like most of you know, I only use water on my paint. I don't use Floetrol. I don't use glue. I tried using glue, it didn't work. When I use just water, the paint dries nicely depending on the consistency of my water usage. And I use folk art paint because it's non-toxic. I get those at Walmart. They have all kinds. Now the metallics are usually very runny already, so I tend to use just a little bit more water, not too much, because it's already runny. So these things, I left them like this just to show you. I did this on purpose, just so I can show you how I put water in, because this is like really, this is how it comes out of the bottle. See the mound? It's a huge mound. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I get it into the consistency. So I put water, just a little bit. I mean, don't go too much at the beginning. Just go really, really light. Okay, there you go. I hope this video is gonna help you guys a little bit to how you mix the paint. And see the big mound, so you still need more. I don't put a lot all at once, because if I do, then I have, then it's too watery. So I try to just do little bits here and little bits there, and mix. You have to keep mixing it and get the edges around and keep on mixing. Make sure you're scraping the bottom too. Is this a good lighting for you guys? See, the mound is still really thick, see? So that's not what you want. And like I said, I only use water and it works great. I mean, as long as you're not making it too runny, the consistency has to be perfect. It has to be right. Hope you guys can hear me, because I'm trying to not be loud and I'm like this close to the phone. But hopefully you can hear me and see what I'm doing. See? It's almost there, guys. There's still a lot of mounds on it, so keep on putting water. Don't put too much, because you don't want it to have too much water all at once, because then you have to add paint, and then it'll be too thick, and then you have to add water, and that'll be too watery. So try to be patient with it. And I mean, if you're planning on pouring that same day that you're mixing your paint, then you would have to give yourself at least 45 minutes to prepare your paint. At least 45 minutes. Depending on how many colors you're using. If you're only using 3 colors, well, I'm using 1, 2, 3. I'm only using 4 colors today, oh, and the white, so 5. But I usually mix it off of camera, but I'm doing it like this because I promised you guys I was going to show you how to do my water consistency. And I don't use anything else because I live with my mom and she is allergic to any kind of chemicals, so I have to do mine's, you know, non-toxic. So, and it's working out pretty good with the water, so I'm not complaining. I did try the glue because I know the Elmer's glue is not toxic, but it didn't work out for me when I was varnishing. I had a really good painting and I put the Min Wax polyacrylic on top to varnish, and it just spread my paint really bad. Like, it ruined it completely. But I'm thinking it was the glue. You see how the consistency is changing. Need a lid. I know this takes a long time, but I'd rather take my time doing it right than to have, you know. But here we go. This one is getting there. It's pretty much getting there, guys. When you're mixing, make sure you get all the paint from the sides. And if you know me, I don't like to waste any paint at all. So, here we go. Alright, let's see the consistency. It still has a little bit of a mound. Okay, let's see. If you can see it, let me see. Let me tilt it this way. It still has a little bit of a mound. See? I mean, the consistency is almost getting there, but if you guys see, the mound is like really not that big. So depending on which, you know, your project is, like if you're doing flower dips, if you're doing the dips, it should be more like this, where, you know, it has a little bit of mound and it sits right on top and it disappears. But if you're doing pours, then it would have to be a little bit more runny to where the mound disappears right away when it falls. So depending on what you're doing, is how you're gonna mix your paint. I don't have a ratio, that's why I'm doing this video for you guys, because I mix my paint, you know, eyeballing it pretty much, and it's been working out great for me. So let me see. I'm trying to get you, it's a consistency where it's runny. You see, and it just sits there. But when I go like this, you know, I take a look and make sure that it's not too thick. I think that's perfect. This one, as you can see how thick it is? It's still really thick. Look. You see the mounds? It's mound after mound. I see. See, that's thick paint right there. Thick paint. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Start putting some water in, guys. Mixing it up. Let's do this. Mix it, mix it. Get all the sides. Make sure that you're scraping inside and the bottom so you can get all that thickness out. See, I'm gonna show you in a minute. Okay, so I was still on the blue. As you can see, it's still mounding on top of each other. Okay, and we add some more. Just little drops, guys. No, don't go too fast on it, because then you're gonna sit there and mix all day. So make sure you get the sides. Scrape all the sides. As well as the bottom area. Make sure you get to the bottom. And it's still mounding on top of each other a little bit. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the water right now. Not too much, but just a little bit more, so that I won't be here all day. I'm already 12 minutes in, so let's try to speed this up. But you get the idea, guys. I mean, if you're just using water and you can't use any chemicals, I mean, because if you do Floetrol and you do, I heard about the GAC 800, and, you know, I'm still keeping up with, you know, all the mediums out there, because you never know. I might get some, if it's non-toxic, I might just get it. But for now, I'm just using water. If you can see, okay. You need a little bit more. See guys, this is how you mix it. You need about at least 45 minutes to do this. I've already pre-mixed the white, so, you know, I'm gonna do the rest off camera. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit on how I mix my paint with just water. It's working pretty good. It dries really well, as long as you don't have it sitting in front of the AC or any kind of wind blowing through it when you're done. And when you still mounding a little bit, when you finish your art, try not to leave it next to the fan, or, you know, it needs its own drying space where there's no air flowing, nothing, because it will crack the paint. Whether you're using Floetrol, any kind of mediums, or just water, it will crack your paint. So you have to have it in a spot where it's gonna dry. You see how it's just mounding perfectly and it disappears? There you go. See? I still want a little bit of water. No, see? Just a couple more drops. That's all. Scrape the sides. Okay, guys. This is how I do my paint. If you just want to use water and be, you know, if efficient. You know, some people can't afford those expensive mediums and stuff. You can always use water because it mixes well with the paint. It gives you the consistency that you want. It's, it's still mounding a little bit, but I like it like that. Maybe a little more. All right. So you guys get the idea. This is how I mix my paint, guys. And it works really well. It dries well. It has no odor, so you won't be smelling it. See? It disappears right when you do that. You see? It disappears, guys. This is how it's supposed to be. See? So that is the consistency that you have to try and get all of them in. Sometimes I don't get them all the same, and some of them are watery and some of them at the beginning I used to do it like that, but now I'm getting the hang of it. I kind of eyeball everything, and since I only use water, I really don't need those measurements things, and you know, 70% glue, 30% this, and I don't really need all that because I just use water, and I use my watery instinct to make my paint flow. You see? Consistency, and it mounds and it disappears into your paint. Compared to this one needs water. You see the mounds on it? Yeah, it needs water. So there you go, guys. I'm gonna mix this off camera. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Using water as a pouring medium. This is what I use, and my paintings are coming out awesome. So, thank you for watching, guys. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye now.